Hey guys, how are we doing? Is that the right way around? I hope so. So just wait for some people to tune in. Might be a bit better lower down actually. How's everyone doing? That's it, isn't it? So let's put it on the computer here. Let's have a look. Just turn these off. So I haven't really got much to talk about today, and well, I've got stuff to say, but you know, not in. I haven't really got anything planned. But is the playback working? How's everyone doing? Are we okay? So I've been loading up a few more videos recently. I've done one, as you might have seen, AC/DC, how to play Back in Black. I've done one that I thought would be useful for like beginners and stuff. Hey Aldrich, how you doing? Whereabouts are you? So it's lovely weather in the UK at the moment. It's just raining. It is supposed to be summer, but yeah, unfortunately we haven't seen much sun this year. I think we probably got too much last year, so yeah. But anyways, yeah, I thought maybe we could do like a little guitar lesson today. Stuff, a lot of people ask about keys, and I don't know, do we know about seventh chords? Or anyone get me words out? Would anyone be interested in learning about seventh chords? Or if there's anything you'd like to know. Hey Christina, how you doing? How you doing? So who's watching today? There's 4 people I can see watching, so 3 people now. So yeah, I don't know if anyone, are you interested in scales and seventh chords, Christina? Have you played your guitar today? Hey Renee, how you doing? So I've been in here today, the studio, just recording some stuff. A friend of mine, he's doing a Van Halen medley. I did one before, and he's done another one with a load of people that we know. Well, I don't know. There's some, I say a load of people he knows rather, and yeah, he's asked me to sing on a track, or you know, part of a track, and do a guitar solo and stuff. So I've been busy doing that. I've nearly finished it, and I'm pretty pleased with how it's come out. So all good, all good. So thinking, is anyone watching who plays guitar? Do we have any guitarists watching today? I thought some more people might have tuned in today, but maybe not. Maybe I'll talk to myself. Not you. Hey Jack, how you doing, buddy? So I've played my guitar a little bit more recently. I've got some gigs coming up. I've got one next weekend. And it's a solo gig. I play solo gigs with backing tracks. And yeah, it'd be good. I did a couple recently that I might have mentioned on an air bass. And yeah, I hope I can remember what to do. It's been so long. But there you go. Yeah, we've got some weddings coming up. I'm playing a wedding band and stuff, so Yes, oh cool. Morning coffee. You can't beat a coffee in the morning, can you? Can't beat a coffee. Or 5 or 6. A mate of mine, well, the bassist in my band actually, he drinks loads of coffee, and it keeps him going. And caffeine's good, and it keeps you going. Yeah, it's been good. I've just been teaching and stuff. And how's your producing going? So I'm going to be doing some more videos on YouTube, just like teaching songs and stuff. Yeah, I don't know if anyone's got any requests, then just let us know and I'll cover them. I always like to do videos that people ask for, because that way at least I know that someone's actually wants to watch them. Sometimes you make them and you don't. You think, oh, does anyone actually want to see this or not? Do you know what I mean? So, I always like requests, because then, you know, like I say, it's it gives you kind of a reason to do it and stuff. How you doing? I do apologise if I pronounce your name wrong. Is it Mabaramnum? Mabaramnum. Sorry, I can't pronounce that. Mabaraman. Is that right? I apologise, like I say, if I got your name wrong. But yeah, hello. How you doing? Whereabouts are you? Good afternoon. So I reckon you must be in Indonesia. Are you somewhere around there? Because I think it's probably afternoon there, isn't it? Oh no, maybe it isn't. I think they're 8 hours ahead, aren't they? So, yeah, does anyone want to know anything about guitar keys or keys in music? Not just guitar keys, but seventh chords. Does anyone have any requests for anything today? Just doing like I might put this down a little bit actually. Just doing our weekly live. Just, yeah. Anyone? Any takers? So yeah, I'm just going to tell you about some stuff anyway. Like, I think in one of the videos I did before, we talked about keys. And the best one to learn, I think, to start with is C major, because it has no sharps or flats. It's all the white notes on the piano. And the notes, we've got a C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and C. Teabag from Prison Break. Oh. Christina watches Prison Break, don't you? Do I look like Teabag? Or do I look like a Teabag? Oh, I'll have to check that out. I do get people often say, oh, you look like so-and-so, or you look like so-and-so. Like, recently on my YouTube channel, I've had quite a few comments on my Hotel California video saying that I look like Mark Tremonti, which I never thought, I didn't actually think that, but a few people have said it, so maybe I do. I've had Rick Mail. I've had a lot of people say, I don't know, maybe I've got a funny sort of face or whatever it is, but people, they usually say, you look like so-and-so, you look like so-and-so. So I do get that a lot. But I've never had, I look like Greg Fitch. Well, who's he? I've heard he's a bit dodgy, isn't he? Anyway, we was talking about scales, weren't we, keys? So yeah, C major, the notes are C, it's got C, I've got D, I've got E, I've got F, G, I've got A, I've got B, and I've got C. And there's different places you can play that, because we've got the same notes all over the guitar. So we've got a C here, we've also got a C here, and we've got a C here, and a C here, and a C here, and a C here. So there's a C on every single string. So there's loads of different places that you can play these scales. There's all the same notes. And a C here, yeah. And then H and then yeah, so that's C major. And what you can do to get your chord, so if you're playing a C chord, we take the first note of the scale, we miss a note, we take the third note, which in this case is E, and then we take the fifth note as well, which is a G. So it gives us like a little arpeggio. Arpeggio is like a funny word, Italian, that means the notes of a chord played separately. There's a little fact for today. And you you can add like the octave to it as well. So you get so C, E, G, and C. And you can do that with every single note in the scale. So what you do is you take the next note, which is D, and then you miss out the note after that. You say, can't get my words out. So you take alternate notes. So you're going to take the first one, which is D. We're going to miss out E. We're going to take F. We're going to miss G, and we're going to play A. So we've got D, F, and A. So we put all those together. That's D minor. Hey Marina, how you doing? So far we've got C, we've got D minor, and we're going to do the same thing with the next one. So we're going to take E, we're going to miss out F and take G, and then miss out A and take B. So that gives us three alternate notes. So we've got E, G, and B, and that gives us an E minor. And then we do the same thing with the next note. So we're going to have F, we're going to miss G, we're going to take A, we're going to miss B and take C, and that gives us F, A, and C, and that gives us an F major. And then we're going to take a G, we're going to miss A, that's it, happy 4th of July, America, yeah, Independence Day, that's it, yeah, so we've got G, we're going to miss A, we're going to take B, and we're going to miss C, and then play D as well, which actually gives us a G chord. G major, and then we've got A, we're going to miss B, we're going to play C, and so with A, C, we're going to miss D, and we're going to play E. So A, C, and E, and that gives us A minor. And the last chord is a little bit different, it's like a half diminished, and that's going to be B, and we're going to miss C, we're going to take D, we're going to miss E and play F. So we've got B, D, and F. And that gives us this half diminished chord, B half diminished. And then after that, we're back to C again. So does that all make sense? Does that all make sense to everyone? I thought so. Is anyone interested in like learning about keys and stuff, or do you want to do something different? It's entirely up to you. If there's anything I can help you with, then just let me know and we can do it. How are you, Marina? Are you okay? What have you been up to? Anything good? So there's a cool way you can play a C major scale. I don't know, can anyone play a C major scale? Is that something we've done before? Maybe not. Hey Ramon, how you doing, bud? I like that one, it's like an open... So some of the notes in the scale, they're open strings, so you can... And they kind of ring into each other, which sounds nice. Elite Bartar, yeah, he's cool, isn't he? Has he done many videos recently? I haven't actually looked, to be honest. I've been kind of busy with other stuff, but I do love all his stuff he's done. Has he done... I think the last song I saw him do was... I think he'd done a few since My Heart Will Go On by Celine Dion. But... So people aren't very chatty today. Is there don't know, usually people have like a bit of a chat going on and stuff, but there doesn't seem to be so many comments today. It's always good when we get some comments because we can get like a chat going and you know, talk to each other and stuff. But yeah, no worries. No worries. Some inversion chords, yeah. So we can do like, if you're playing an A, you can put like the England won. England did win, didn't they? 4-0 apparently. I must admit, I do like football, but I used to watch like all the World Cups and you know, the Euros and stuff, and it's always a bit disappointing when England don't do so well. So I kind of stopped watching it, and I haven't seen any of the games, and now they're winning and they're doing really well. So, oh wells, well done England. Yeah. So an inversion, we're just kind of if you've got 3 notes in your triad, we can just like alter the notes, the order of them. So instead of if you've got A, which is what we're doing here, we could do C like we were before. So say you've got the notes in C major, the chord C major, we'd have C, E, and G. Pardon. You can just by, I know you're not really, when you learn a C, they say don't play the top string, but if you play the top string, it then becomes an inversion because it's got the E in the bass. It doesn't. Some of them work better than others. I mean, that one's might sound good, something like that. But you can also play it like there's, I think, it's more of like a Jimi Hendrix shape or a John Frusciante shape, you know. So if you've got a C bar chord, and then you kind of, if you've got these 3 notes here, the 5th fret on the D, the 5th fret on the G, and the 5th fret on the B, if you do that, but then you, instead of doing it with your 3rd finger, you do it with your 1st finger, and then you put your 3rd finger on the 7th fret on the A string, which is the E, you get this kind of sound. And then you can also do it like this. So if you've got this whole bar chord here, like from the E string, you can just use that much of it, and it puts the G in the bass, and gives you a 2nd inversion. This will be a 1st inversion. This is a 2nd inversion. Does that make sense, Jack? Is that something you've done before, or is that kind of new to you? Or, I mean, there's other ways you can play them. One of my favourites is if you was to, so you're doing you can do this shape here, which I think sounds nice. It's actually like the same chord that you're playing in, I don't know if you know Highway to Hell. That's just the open version. I forget, you probably can't see, can you? Are you still watching, Jack? Did that make sense? Or I can show you some other things. Like there's some 7th inversions that I quite like. There's you've got like C major 7, and there's different ways you can invert that. Like, because you've got, this time it's a C chord, but it's got a B in it as well, which is the 7th note. So again, like we were talking about before, you've got C, E, G, miss out A, and then take B. So this time I've got 4 alternate notes. So it's your C major 7 arpeggio. Christina's just told me that you can't see my guitar, you can only see my head. Is that right? Sorry about that. I thought you could see, I see myself on here and I can see my hand on it. Can everyone see that okay? Yeah, so as I was saying, like, hopefully you can see this. Can everyone see that? Oh, you can see the guitar, that's cool then, no worries. Yeah, so we've got, so there's our C major 7 chord, arpeggio, sorry. The easiest way to do that is just to play a C and then take off your first finger so you can add the B note. Which I think sounds nice. There's also another way you can play it, which is if you put like a bar chord, if you know that, we're going to have our first finger on the 3rd fret on the A string, then we've got our 3rd finger, our first finger on the 3rd fret of the A string, our 3rd finger on the 5th fret of the D, and then we've got our 2nd finger on the 4th fret of the G string, which is a B note, and then our little finger on the 5th fret on the B, and then we can, if we bar that across, we can get the 3rd fret on the bottom E as well. So that gives us a C major 7 chord. We can also play this like up here. If we put our first finger on the 8th fret on the E string, and then we put our 3rd finger on the 9th fret of the D, little finger 9th fret of the G, and 2nd finger on the 8th fret of the B, it's like an E minor chord, but we just kind of. So if you know E minor, which you might do, we're just gonna put that on the top there. So the ways you can invert this, there's quite a few different shapes you can do. There's another one which is just C major, which is quite a nice way of playing it. It's just like the same shape we're doing here for C. We're just playing it up here, so we've got 10 on the D, 12 on the G, 12 on the B, and 12 on the E as well. So there's like a few different ways you can play the same chord. Well, there's loads of different ways, but these are some of the most common ways. So there's quite a stretchy chord that I like to do, which is sounds quite nice. So this is the same, it's still C major, but it's just over quite a few frets. So this time we've got E in the bass, then we've got B with our little finger, so 7th fret with our 2nd finger on the A string, little finger on the 9th fret on the D, 1st finger on the 5th fret of the G, and then we've got our 3rd finger on the 8th fret of the B. So all the same notes, but just in a different order. And then we can do this here as well, so it's a bit more stretchy. So that one's going to be, if you know your E shape down here, open E, it's just like that, but it's going to be on the 9th and 10th fret, so 2 fingers on the 10, 1 finger on the 9, and then 12 on the E, 12 on the P string, sorry. Which sounds quite nice. And there's another one you can do, because there's 4 notes within the C major 7 chord. There's 4 different places you can play it, or 4 different ways. We've got this one here, which is like a C. If you know does anyone like the under the bridge chord, like that kind of thing? So it's like a C, but instead of it being open, we're just fretting this as well. It's that kind of shape, but it's a C up the top here. Then we're going to swap these 2 fingers around. So this is 3rd finger on the 14 on the A, and then little finger on the 14 on the D, and then you get this sound. Does that make sense? So there's like 4 different ways of playing C major 7, or quite a few different ways. You can do that on different strings as well. So here we've got C major 7, and then we've got another way. It's like we were doing before. We had this inversion of a triad. Oh, watch my guitar. And then we're just going to add the B note just by taking our little finger back a fret. Oh. So it gives you that sound. So. And you can, some of them you might like the sound of, some of them maybe not so much, you know, maybe more useful than others, but. So that one's a C, like that, and then we'll just add in the B in the bass, so. So that one you've got 7 on the top of our 3rd finger. It's kind of similar to the shape we were doing earlier for the triad, but we're just moving this finger up a string, so. And then you've got this one here as well, which is pretty cool. Sounds nice, I think. My guitar's a bit buzzy. Maybe easier down here. So that one's a C. If you do like a normal C, and then you add your little finger to the 4th fret on the G, and then put your 3rd finger on the 3rd fret on the top E, or the E at the top here. Some people call that the bottom one, but I call it the top because it's at the top. And you can do, if you want to know some more, I don't know, is this enough or is it too much? Or are you still watching, Jack? Is this helping? So you got this one here, which we were talking about earlier, which is 10 on the D, 12 on G, 12 on B, and 12 on E. And you can do this shape here, which is 2 on the D with your 2nd finger, 4 on G with a little finger, 1 on B with our 1st finger, and 3 on the E with our 3rd finger. So it gives you. And then we've got, which is, you got 5 on D, 5 on B, sorry, 5 on B, 5 on G, 5 on D, 5 on G, and 5 on B, all with your same finger. And then your little finger on the 7 on the bottom. And then you've got 9 on D, 9 on G, 10 on B, and 10 on E. And then back to. So there's loads of inversions there. Cool. Cool, cool. So do we have any football fans watching? Is anyone supporting anyone other than England? I don't actually know who's in it. There must only be 4 teams now, is there? So I think that was a quarter-final last night, wasn't it? So England, Denmark. Hey, Gradug, how you doing? How are things in Indonesia? Whereabouts in Indonesia are you? I've just done a course, and the guy who's running the course, he did live in Bali, which I think is in Indonesia, isn't it? And he's just moved to Dubai, and both the places look lovely. So I tuned in for the second half, first game I've watched in the Euro. I must admit, I might watch the one on Wednesday, because I think we're playing Denmark on Wednesday. Although I don't want to curse it or jinx it, and I haven't watched any of them, I've never won. So if I start watching it and I don't win, it's always the way, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Does anyone like the Beatles? Are we into the Beatles? Maybe it's just me then. Maybe Altogether, I like that song. Altogether. Is that by the Beatles? Is that? I've not heard that one. Was it Come Together? Come Together. The one that Michael Jackson did. I think he used to own the rights to it, and then he had to sell them, I think, because he had when he was going through his court cases and stuff. But is it the? Yeah, it's good, that one. So what sort of bands do you like, Jack? I think you probably did tell me, but I can't remember. You said you're into your metal and stuff, aren't you? Did you into like Metallica and Pantera and that kind of stuff, or what sort of thing do you like? A lot of classic rock, and recently I've been listening to some country rock, newer bands. I would say, oh yeah, I remember now, Five Finger Death Punch, Avenged Sevenfold and Hellstorm. Oh, I do remember now, actually, I do apologise, because you was into Jason Hook, weren't you? And we spoke about their new guitarist, Andy James. That was it, I remember now. I must admit, I haven't really heard Hellstorm, but I've heard people say they're really good. Is that the one with Lizzie? Is she the singer, isn't she? So there's no JP today or Ranjana. Yeah, she's the best singer in rock, personal opinion. I'll check him out then. I think a friend of mine, he's right into Blackstone Cherry, and they go to all their gigs and stuff. And I think Hailstorm supported them at Wembley, I think it was a couple of years ago. I'm pretty sure they did. Well, he's definitely seen them, because I remember him talking about them, so... So is there anything else that I might be able to help you with? Any scales? Is there chords? Anything that you guys might want to know? Oh, cool. Yeah, they're really nice guys, aren't they? My friend, he managed to get to know them, and every time they come over here, they give them tickets and stuff, and yeah. They played at a festival, or there was some bands playing at a place near us, and my friend, he took him, I think the bassist, down to the shop and got him some cigarettes and that, because that's how well he knows him. So it's pretty handy that, because it's pretty cool. The Phrygian Dominant scale. So that's the... So it's the same as the Phrygian scale, which is the third mode of the major scale, if you know that one. And Phrygian Dominant. So it's like the harmonic minor scale, but it's just starting from the fifth note. So if we've got harmonic minor, do you know the harmonic minor scale, Jack? Do you know harmonic minor, Jack? So we've got, yeah, if you say you're playing a harmonic minor, yeah, so I don't know if you've done this shape, but we've got A, B, C, D, E, F, and like you say, it's just like a minor, natural minor, but you've got the 7th raised, so yeah, you're playing there. So that's the only note that's different. And it works over this chord, minor major 7. So then when you play that from the 5th note, which is your E, it gives you E Phrygian Dominant. Which if we play it from the 12th fret, you'd have 12, 13, 16 on the E, and then you've got 12, 14, 15 on the A, and then 12 and 14. And you can do the same thing in the next octave, so you'd have 12, 13, 16, 12, 14, 15, 12, 14, 15, 13, 14, 16, and then you've got 13, 15, 17 on the B string. And that works over like a E7 chord. Yeah, so you get like a get some right weird chords. Hope that makes sense. Did that help, Jack? Hope so. Let me know if any of it didn't. There's a lot of bands, I mean, like Avenged Sevenfold and that, they use the harmonic minor scale and the Phrygian Dominant sound and that, as well as like Malmsteen, and you know, it's kind of got like a totally different sound to it. It's good. So is anyone up to anything good today? What are we up to? I'm seeing my children today. I'm going to pick them up, and I was hoping the weather might be a little bit better and we could take them out somewhere, but it looks like the rain stopped, so you never know, we might be able to go out and play for a bit. No worries, Jack. Yeah, let me know if you you want to do that. We can book something in. No problem. How's your production going? Have you been doing much of that recently, or? Awesome, man. I'm working on 2 pop songs and 1 rock song for my band project, which I can't wait to release. That's really cool. That's really cool. Do you have online lessons? I do, Wong, yeah. I'll put a link. I mean, if you check out one of my other videos, there's a link to. I think you might be. I think there's 2 people watching at the moment. So yeah, there's not many people watching today, which is it's nice when there's a few people watching. We can have a bit of a chat and that, but yeah, not many people today. Yeah. So yeah, there's a link to I do like Skype lessons, Zoom lessons, or any way that we can talk to each other via video. If you don't use those, but yeah, like I say, go to my a link to my website, which I'll leave below, or you can just message me on Instagram or Facebook. There's all links in the on my homepage on the YouTube channel. So yeah, have you been playing long, Wong? Are you kind of new to guitar, or? I'm probably going to wrap this up soon anyway, because it's been great talking to you, Jack. But like I say, I've got my kids today, so yeah, I'm going to go and get ready for that. But yeah, cool. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. All two of you. I've been playing 9 years, still not that good though. Oh, okay, no worries. Yeah, like I said, if there's anything that I can help you with, then just let me know and we can work on some stuff. Yeah. What kind of stuff do you like playing, Wong, or what kind of music are you into? Hey Noah, how you doing? Yeah, all good, thanks. How's things with your competition? I think last time I spoke to you, you were in another competition, or? I usually do them for about an hour, but it depends how many people are watching and that. If there's questions that people are interested in that, then we can get it to go for longer. But if there's I like to have comments and stuff, things that people are interested in, and we can kind of work on, or not work on stuff, or you can look at stuff and whatever. But I think I was reading and thinking at the same time. Then I was reading your words, and I said, "I'm still working on it." Cool. Lots of stuff actually. Most of them bossa nova or jazz recently. Cool. So do you guys have your own channels as well? Do you post videos and stuff like that, or? One person? I'm too shy. Yeah, it's tricky. I mean, putting yourself out there can be difficult. I must admit, when I first started my channel, it's a bit scary the first time you've done it. But as soon as you've done it, and you most of the time, you care more about it than anyone else does. You know what I mean? So just put it out there. Sometimes people like what you do, and sometimes they don't. But the only way you find out is if you do it. Oh, looks like it's raining again now. Can you cover Puddle of Mud, Blurry? Do you know that one? Is that is that the one that's that the one? I loved that first album they brought out, but I must admit I haven't listened to it for years. when I was in a band. I was about 18, 19. We used to listen to Puddle and Mudd all the time, and Incubus, and Limp Bizkit, Linkin Park. There was loads of cool bands out at the time that I was really into. I used to watch Krang on Sky TV, and I don't even know if there's still a Sky Krang station, is there? I don't know. I don't really watch TV. I'm more into YouTube these days, but I don't know. Yeah, I thought Puddle and Mudd were really good, but the last I heard of them, they did a cover of something, didn't they? And the singer, he got a bit of abuse or something. That's the last I heard of him. I don't know. I don't know what they're up to now, but I think he's Kurt Cobain's cousin or something, isn't he? I forget what his name is now, but. Have I been learning anything new this week? Yeah, so I was just saying earlier, I think before you came on, Noah, that a friend of mine, well, he's more of a friend of a friend, he's an amazing drummer, and that he's put together some medleys and collaborations that he's doing, and he's done a Van Halen one. When Eddie passed on, he did one just, you know, before, and I was involved in that one, did a couple of little solos for it, and he's done another one. And so I was doing that. I recorded the vocals for it last night, and then I've just done a guitar solo for it this morning, which yeah, it's on here at the moment. But as soon as it's done, I'll post a video on my channel. You guys can check it out if you want to hear it. Can you remember Numb? Something like that. It's a G in it. Cool. So yeah, have you been up to much now? Have you been learning different songs and stuff? Or you been busy with your competition, or what's been happening? What's been happening? Oh, bit fuzzy. Does anyone write their own songs? Any of the three people that are watching? Do we write our own songs? I think you do, Jack, don't you? Do you write your own songs, Noah? I know Christina's written a couple of songs. She showed me many years ago. She's still watching. Are you still watching, Christina? Oh yeah. Before we go, actually, Jack, I don't know if are you still watching, Jack? There's some other inversions that are really cool. That a guy I had lessons with years ago, Phil Hilborn. He's this is what he does, and I think other people must do it as well. But he's kind of not known for doing it, but it's something that he used to do quite a lot. And you can do like these, I forget what they call them now, but these little inversions or little chords that have just got like 3 notes. Because even when you play like like a triad like this, like a C, there's actually some of the notes are doubled up. But with these shapes, they're literally just the 3 notes, and there's only one of each. So this one here is in a C inversion. So here you've got your C note on the B string, and then you've got your E on the D string, and then you've got your G. I use my little finger, but you might find it easier with your 3rd finger on the bottom string on the E, and you can either use your fingers on this hand and your thumb and just kind of play them separate, or you can mute that string, the G, and then strum them all. And you can do you can do this one here, which is this, a bit like the one we did earlier, the C major 7 inversion. But this is 5, 5 and 5 on D, G and B, and then your little finger on 8 on the E. Yeah, been learning some musical theatre songs, Waving Through a Window and For Forever from... Awesome. Oh, you got writer's block. Yeah, sometimes that happens, doesn't it? It's funny, isn't it? Sometimes the more you try to write songs in that, the harder it is, and other times they just kind of come. And I think that's always the best time, isn't it? When they just kind of come to you. And apparently Paul McCartney, he dreamt the song yesterday. He just woke up and he'd written it in his dream. So pretty awesome. So see if you can have some dreams. You might just wake up and have a song written. What's the difference between major 7 and minor 7? Okay, so a major 7, like we said about C major 7. I don't know if you remember, we said we had C, we had E, we had G, and we had B. So that gives us a major 7. And then if we do that same thing, I don't know if you remember, we had a D minor for the second chord, which was the next note along in the scale. So D, we had F, and we had A, and that gave us a D minor. If we then add the next alternate note, so we're going to miss out B, and we're going to take C. So now I've got 4 different notes. We've got D, we've got F, we've got A, we're going to miss out B, and we've got C. I think I said D earlier, didn't I? I didn't mean D, I meant B. Did I say B or D? I can't remember. So yeah, we've got D, F, A. We're going to miss out B, and we're going to take C. So that actually gives us a D minor 7 chord. So it's just like if we do D minor open, we can turn that into a minor 7 chord by adding this C note. I don't know if you can hear the difference there. So that's how you get D minor 7. There's 2 other D minor 7s within the key, but it's kind of takes a little bit of explaining, if you know what I mean. But the only difference really is you're going to have a minor third. So if we took C major 7 and turned it into a minor 7, the root note would still be C, the 5th would still be G, would turn the B into a B flat, and we'd turn the E into an E flat. So we'd have a minor third and a minor 7, and that gives you a C minor 7. So they're the difference. And if you're interested, to make it into a C major 7, so is it the 7th note in the scale? Yes. So what you do, if you've got all the notes within the key, so when we said about C, there was no sharps or flat, so C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, all you do is you just take literally, if you had it written out, you'd have C, D, E, F, like I say, up to C to C, and then you just miss a note. So if you did it on one line, one string, you'd have C, you'd miss out the D, you'd take E, yeah, you miss out the F, you take G, you miss out the A, and you take B. So it's literally the alternate notes. Does that make sense? So play 1, miss 1, play 1, miss 1, play 1, miss 1. If that makes sense. And then you do literally that same thing for every note in the scale. So then you go to D, you play 1, miss 1, play 1, miss 1, and so on. And if you keep doing that, you get 7 different chords before you get back to C again. So you're back to C major 7. And if you're interested, we could, if you want to do a one-to-one and stuff, because I'm going to have to shoot off in a minute, but we can explain that a little bit more, or I can do a video about it. Just let me know if you're interested in knowing a bit more, Jack. But yeah, this works in every key. You'd have a major 7, you'd have a minor 7, you'd have minor 7, major 7, dominant 7, which is just the same as 7. So if you see like G7, it's the same as G dominant 7, A minor 7, and this one's a bit funny, B minor 7 flat 5, and then we're back to C major 7. So it's major 7, minor 7, minor 7, major 7, dominant 7, minor 7, minor 7 flat 5, and then back to major 7. So I hope that helps. I mean, if you do it in other keys, just to show you that it still works. So in G major, or G, the key of G has one sharp in it, which is F sharp. So all the notes are the same, apart from the F sharp. So we're gonna have G major 7, A minor 7, B minor 7, C major 7, D dominant 7, E minor 7, F minor 7, flat 5, and then you're back to G major 7. So all the chords are the same. That's when we're talking about keys and stuff. You can hear, you might be able to hear that it's kind of the same thing, but just in a different key. And then there's other keys you can do it in as well. But yeah, hopefully that helps. I'm having an operation on Wednesday. Oh, I hope you get on okay, bud. Hope you get, no worries, no worries. Cool, it's been good talking to you guys today, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend, or you know, whatever time it is where you are and what's left of it. So yeah, I'll see you guys next week. Take care, bye.